Guys, welcome to the intermediate class. I'm here with Luca and we're going to go through some cool stuff from X-Guard. So we're going to just start off with the super easy entry that we did in the beginner's class. Grabbing the collar, I can have my foot on his bicep. I'm going to move it on the inside of the thigh, bring my elbow in and then my knee, and I'll pull myself under, and there we go, right? So just spin a little bit back. So once I'm here, I'm gonna try to push Luca so all his weight goes away from me, right? So I wanna keep this foot here elevated off the floor. So by doing this, watch how his foot is now floating on top of my forearm here, and I'm grabbing his pants here, like this. Of course, this is a little bit different to the one we've been doing earlier, like this one, but this is gonna give me a couple of cool attacks, and it's easier for me to keep his leg elevated off the floor with this grip here, okay? So now, when I have this, I'm gonna start to hook the opposite hip here with the top leg, and I'm now grabbing the back of his heel and pulling it over my head here. So his leg was here on this side, I'm gonna pull it over and make him step on this side here, okay? Now, I'm gonna move this leg to hook the opposite leg here, okay? So now I can go for the belt grip or just his pants, nice and easy. I want now to pinch my knees on the outside of his thighs and push my feet a little bit outwards, like this. So watch how I'm always pressuring from the sides here and the inside with my foot here, right? I don't only want to hook, as this is super easy for him to de-hook his legs and escape, right? So by hooking and pressuring from the outside, it's suddenly really hard for Luca to come out of this position. So now I can look for the seat belt, get my first hook on the strong side here and bring him over, and then look for the second hook. So let's do the setup here. So I grab his pants, collar here. I'm gonna pull myself under here, and there we go, okay? So now I'm gonna lift his leg up. I'm gonna pull it over so that he steps on the floor here, okay? So I'm gonna pull it, and now I'm looking to grab the back of his pants, and I'm switching here, okay? So now I'm pulling his pants down and stretching his legs out. Going for the seat belt. Sorry, I looked at Christian here. Going for the seat belt here. I'm gonna go for the first hook and then the second hook here. Let's do a different angle. So here, entry, boom, and here we go, right? So straight away I can hook the opposite hip, start lifting this leg up and grabbing his heel here to transfer his leg over to the other side. From here, I like to go straight to his pants with this free arm, and then I'm gonna move my foot behind his thigh here, or behind his knee, okay? Pull him down with this grip here, and make sure that you're pinching with your knees and pushing with your feet as we come up. Now I'm going for the seat belt, and then the first hook, and then the second hook, right? If he's crunching up like this and making it hard for me, try to close your legs over his hips so I can now stretch him out and then bring my second leg in. Yes. Okay guys, so we're gonna go a little bit further here from the X-Guard. So we got into the X-Guard here, or let's say the entry, and then I came in here, right? So actually we're gonna do still the same grip here. So I'm gonna be holding his pants and keeping my forearm underneath his leg here, okay? So now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna push him and force him so that he starts putting his knee to the floor here, okay? So now it's a little bit of a different scenario where I'm gonna start stepping behind his calf here and really like putting my foot right behind his knee so it's hard for him to start coming up, right? At the same time, I'm gonna hook with this other leg here on the outside, and I'm gonna bring myself tight here, okay? So let's move a little bit back. So I'm stepping on his calf here with this leg, and I'm hooking over with this leg, so I'm pulling myself in, so I'm right underneath him, right? At the same time, keeping this leg high is gonna prevent him from trying to stand up. Nice and easy, okay? So from here now, I'm gonna move this leg over to this side here. Boom, like this, okay? Now I want to grab his belt or his pants, depending on what's available, and I want to pull his hips down to me. Okay? Nice and easy. From here, I'm looking to grab his collar, the opposite collar preferably. So here, having this control, I also stop him from checking my knee bars here and stuff like this. So I really want to make sure that I'm not giving him this leg here, right? So always hooking a little bit here and staying tight. So now, let's turn. We're gonna do a little fishnet setup here. And this is something that I started doing after I trained with Shane Fisherman. He's a super talented brown belt, probably a soon good black belt. And he really does this really nicely. So here, watch how I'm stepping his knee down, but this time I'm gonna hook his shin and bring it up so that I can hook with my other leg here, okay? So having both of my feet here, now it's really hard for Luca to try to fight or go anywhere, okay? Watch how I'm also keeping his hips close to me, right? At no point do I want him to go away, okay? So if he decides to go away, I'm gonna follow him and try to come up, okay? So to the middle. So let's say if Luca tries to come up and I follow Luca here. So now I'm still in the same entangled position here, but just on the top. So eventually I just want to unentangle my legs, get my leg out, and here I'm in the leg drag position, right? But this sweep can go both ways. As when I'm here, if he decides to go the other way, I can just keep going that way and come up on this side. So now I'm tangling my legs, but what if he closes his legs here and he makes me stuck like this, right? Suddenly it's harder for me to get it out. So what I want to do here is I want to cross face him and really pull him tight to me, okay? So now I'm going to let my hips fall to the floor to open his legs up. And now my foot is free and I can start passing again, okay? So starting from the beginning, the X guard here. So, sorry. I'm going to grab his pants here and bring my elbow on the inside, okay? So here, now I'm gonna push him down so he goes on his knees, or his knee here. I'm gonna step on the inside of his calf here, or like right behind his knee. I'm gonna bring this other leg outside and put myself under, okay? So it's hard for him to stand up, and now I can pass this leg over and look for his belt here with the other hand, okay? Keep in mind, at no point do you want him to start stepping behind or getting this leg back here, right? Then it's gonna start being a fight again, okay? So I want to stay stuck to his back, and I wanna make sure that really he starts sitting backwards like this, so it's hard for him to bring this leg back in front of me, okay? So now, I'm grabbing his belt here and keeping him close to me, right? You could also grab his pants, depending on what's available, so you're gonna keep him tight to you, okay? So watch how I'm still stepping on the back of his knee until now I'm gonna hook his shin here with this leg, bring it up, and give it to the other leg here, okay? So I'm twisting his knee a little bit, and now a lot of the times it's gonna be either sweeping this way, backwards, or forwards, depending on how he reacts, right? If he's pulling like this, I'm coming up on my arm here. If he closes his legs, cross face, break it, and there we have the pass, right? So I'm back here, let's say we're in their position. So if he decides to go backwards, it's the same scenario. It's just the other way around. Here, break it, and we're in the position again, okay? Yes. Okay guys, so we're gonna do a back kick here from the X guard, nice and easy. So here, first off, I wanna move his weight over to the other side, so I'm unbalancing here by pushing my legs over here. Watch how now this leg is super light and I can grab his toes here, okay? So now I want to move it over my head and kind of place it right in front of me. And now I'm going to bring this leg that's hooking behind his knee, instead hooking this leg instead, okay? At the same time now, I'm going to reach for his hips and I want to hook behind, or like hook on his hip bones here, right? Same time, watch how, if you stand up a little bit here, watch how I'm hooking and I'm pushing in with my knee on the side of his hips here. So it's not just hooking like this, but it's also pushing my knees in and stretching my legs to the side here, right? So now, when I'm stretching, watch how there's pressure from my knee on the outside of his thigh and my foot on the inside of his shin, okay? Common is that I'm just hooking and not really pressing in with my legs here, and then it's a lot easier for him to get his legs off and escape, right? But by having this control where I'm pressuring from the sides here, so now if he's trying to do anything, I'm really controlling him in between my thighs, okay? Eventually, I'm just gonna look for the seat belt here, bring him tight to my chest. I always like to bring him over to the side here that I have the strongest control and hook that leg first, right? So now, you can look for the second hook, and here we go. So, starting from the X guard here, nice and easy, I'm gonna stretch him, make this foot light, and now I wanna grab it and pull it over, okay? So here, I'm gonna move my leg behind his knee here. So the one that was hooking under, the bottom leg, transitions over to the other leg here, and I wanna grab his hips. So now I'm pushing my knees in, stretching him out. Straight away, I wanna close the gap, get myself tight, and watch how I have this arm on top, which means I want to bring him on this side, right? So now I'm gonna hook on this side here at the same time, and now I can look for the second hook here, right? If Luca is being a little bit difficult, I can cross my legs over his hips, stretch him apart, and now I bring my second hook. One more time here. So I'm gonna stretch Luca here, bring his leg over, go for the back, get the seat belt, second hook, or first hook, and then second hook. Wuss. Okay guys, welcome to the intermediate class here. I'm here with Luca, and today we're gonna go through some X guard. And starting off from the position here, last week we did the entry from the La Hiva, but now we're just starting the position, okay? So what we're gonna do here first is the scenario when Luca puts his knee to the floor here, okay? So what I'm looking to do now is I'm gonna change it up a little bit with my legs, and I'm gonna now step the foot that's coming from behind here, right behind his kneecap, okay? I'm gonna step on his calf here, on the top of his calf, and I'm gonna bring the other leg over and pull it, so I'm almost crossing my legs here, okay? So now if Luca tries to stand up on this leg, it's pretty hard, okay? So what I'm looking to do now on this side is I'm gonna keep this foot off the floor, and I'm gonna grab his foot here, okay? So now I'm gonna pull his foot over my face and watch how I can now come behind his hips here, okay? Now I'm gonna start looking to sweep him backwards, nice and easy. And there's a couple of things I can do from this position here, right? The easiest one being making sure that I'm not giving him the knee bar, right? So I don't wanna, yes, that would be terrible. So I wanna make sure that I'm really pulling him in towards me. And if I want to, I can set up what's called a fishnet. So the fishnet position is something that I picked up from Shane Fisherman. It's a super cool guy, brown belt from Ireland, probably soon a really good black belt. So what you can do here is you can give this leg up here and set up into a nice hook position here, okay? So now I'm twisting Lucas's leg really much. So try to do anything here. Exactly. So there's two things that can happen. Either we're going this way or we're going the other way, okay? So a lot of the times it depends on how he's reacting. If he's pushing this way, I'm just trying to come up on top. And now I want to untangle the legs, and now going for a leg drag position. So back here, first off, I got his knee to, or he went for the knee to the floor. I step in and I hook here, okay? I'm gonna pull his leg over my head, and so I'm behind his hips here, okay? So now I wanna swoop him so that his leg is almost a little bit light here. So now I can hook his shin and pull it over here. Nice and easy. I'm twisting his knee, and this time I'm gonna swoop him to this side here. Right. Watch how now you just untangle my legs and go back to the leg drag. Of course, there is scenarios where he's locking his legs together and he's making it tough for me to get this leg out. So what I want to do then is to cross face Luca here, pull him in, and I want to sprawl. So I open his legs up and now I can get my foot out and start passing again, okay? So, boom. I push his legs away. He put his knee to the floor. I'm gonna step and pull my leg around and hook here, okay? So now I'm gonna pick his foot off the floor here. So if he tries to step up now, it's really hard. As long as I got this one especially, it's gonna be hard because all his weight is on that leg and I'm stepping on top of it, okay? So now I'm pushing this leg over to the other side here and I'm gonna bring myself tight to him here. Boom, okay? So if I can make the opposite leg a little bit light here, I can now hook the front of his shin with this leg and give it to the other one, okay? Nice and easy. So like I said before, you can sweep him to this side or you can sweep him backwards, okay? So if he's moving that way, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm just gonna come up and here we go, okay? If he wants to come over to the other side, I'm gonna pull him to the other side here. If I can't time it, I wanna bring my leg out. But if he crosses his legs, that's okay too. I'm gonna cross face Luca, bring him tight to me, and then sprawl here, okay? Get my foot out, and we can start passing again. Okay. Os.